Disney has made it clear they're building towards a massive Infinity War style crossover in the Star Wars universe. Uniting characters such as the Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Bo-Katan, Ezra, and more. This is Disney's chance to prove that they've learned from their mistakes.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in with a box office flop.
Are you 100% sure?
Honestly, it sounds like a Star Wars fan's wet dream, right? The possibility of a cinematic showdown with the characters we've grown to love, going head to head with Thrawn, one of the most favorite villains in the Star Wars mythos to ever emerge. This is huge. I would be lying if I said I wasn't concerned. Disney has proven time after time that they're more than willing to sacrifice meaningful storytelling for flashy spectacle and cash grabs. We saw this with the sequel trilogy, where the promise of a coherent, compelling story was replaced by corporate meddling and a rushed production schedule.
This is the Ray.
And now we have to ask this. Is this Mandalorian crossover going to be anything different? Will Disney take the time to let these stories breathe? Or will they rush it all to hit some sort of scheduling deadline? We can't ignore Disney's pattern. They wanted to replicate Marvel's success of churning out content without really caring if it held up over time. And it worked well for them financially for a short time, but creatively, it bankrupted them. We're still recovering from that whiplash of a disaster that the sequel trilogy is. Disney is banking on the same formula here, betting that combining all these characters in a massive crossover event will distract us from the fact that deep down inside, their storytelling is hollow. On paper, a Mandoverse crossover sounds incredible. And yes, the fans want to believe that these characters will get the storylines that they deserve. History has shown that Disney is more concerned about merchandising tie-ins and box office records than delivering something with heart and soul. And Thrawn? He isn't just some cartoon villain to write off in some quick, flashy battle. If they treat him like another disposable villain, this crossover will fail. There's a theory that the Mandalorian movie could be the first in a trilogy, potentially adapting Timothy Zahn's Thrawn novels for the big screen. In theory, that sounds great. Zahn's portrayal of Thrawn as a cold, calculating, strategic mastermind could bring something fresh to the Star Wars universe. But again, this all hinges on whether Disney actually respects Timothy Zahn's vision for these characters, or if they just see dollar signs and continue business like usual.
I'm rich, bitch!
Disney has been in full-on damage control since the backlash that was The Acolyte, and the record-breaking $230 million that it cost them to create. They know that the fans are disillusioned, and they're banking on this Infinity War-style crossover to reignite the fandom. This is Disney's chance to fix what is broken in Star Wars. If they handle it right, the Mandoverse trilogy could be something incredible, something that actually lives up to the legacy of George Lucas. Will they really take the time to explore Thrawn's rise to power? Will they dive into the emotional journeys of Bo-Katan and Ezra? Or are we about to watch them rush through this whole build-up just to pump out another movie to sell more Grogu plushies? Because fans are tired. We've seen what happens when Disney prioritizes spectacle over substance, and we're not falling for it again. I want to believe that the Mandoverse could reignite the spark of the franchise, but I am skeptical. What do you think? Is Disney going to give us another epic story that we've been all waiting for? Or is this just another corporate cash grab in disguise? If you're cautiously optimistic, or skeptical as I am, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. We're going to keep our eyes on this one with
great interest,
because I believe the future of Star Wars is riding on it. May the Force be with us all.
Oh, there it is. There's my name. Another check for Daddy.